as we mentioned in the video on properties of ethers, they're not very reactive. The one reaction that we're going to consider is the acidic cleavage of ethers. So in acidic cleavage, we take our ether. If we heat it with excess HX, right, where X is a halogen, so this is going to be a strong acid, we make water, and then we also make the two alkyl halides, right, where the alkyl halides are the R groups from our ether combined with the halogen from our strong acid. So the mechanism for acidic cleavage involves proton transfer and then an SN2 step. So in the first step in the proton transfer, right, the ether steals the proton from the acid, and so we have this ion, right? Then we get an SN2 reaction where the halogen from the acid acts as a nucleophile, and then the oxygen from the ether acts as a leaving group. So in the first step, right, we've popped off one of the R groups, and we're left with an alcohol. And then in the second step, right, first the alcohol steals the proton from the acid, right, giving us this ion, and then we get an SN2 step exactly analogous to the first one, only we're going to pop off the second R group. So again, the halogen acts as the nucleophile, now the water acts as the leaving group, and we form our second alkyl halide. All right, so just some notes on this reaction. So acidic cleavage works with hydrobromic acid and hydroiodic acid. It does not work with HCl, the rationale being that bromine and iodine are better nucleophiles than chloride. Now, X minus, right, Br minus or I minus are strong nucleophiles. They are not strong bases. So if we have primary and secondary alkyl groups, then the reaction proceeds via SN2. If the R group is tertiary, then SN2 is not going to happen, and instead the cleavage will still occur, but it's going to occur via an SN1 mechanism. And if the R group is aryl or vinyl, then substitution doesn't occur, right? So if I start with this compound, right, I can cleave the alkyl group, but I'm not going to cleave the benzene ring, and so I'll be left with phenol in this case. All right, so just two examples. We want to predict the products of the following reactions. So in the first one, I'm reacting this ether with excess HBr, and I'm going to heat it. And so neither of the groups are aryl or vinyl. And so we should be able to cleave both of them. And so my products are going to be this alkyl halide, that alkyl halide, and we'll also make water. All right, in this example, same idea. I'm using HI instead of HBr. Now, I will be able to cleave this methyl group. I won't be able to cleave the benzene ring. And so in this case, my products are going to be methyl iodide, and the phenol. And of course, I won't make water because the water would have come from cleaving this OH. And because I'm not cleaving it from the benzene, we don't get water.